Hi, I'm Marilyn McAllister from Sunflower School. And today I want to just walk you through a couple ways to spruce up your Google Docs. As we're getting to do more remote learning, we're going to be sending more writing projects to our students through Google Docs. And maybe once in a while, you're going to want to make your documents more fun. So let's open up a new document first. And the first thing you do when you open up a Google document is you want to give it a title. In October, we do a narrative writing of spooky stories. So I think I'm going to title this Spooky Stories. And the idea is that this is the document when students get ready to write their final draft of their spooky story. This will be where they write their final draft. Spooky story. Okay, so then maybe I want to put a title in here. So I think maybe let's make it bold. Let's do some sort of a bold font here. Spooky story. Let's center this. And then maybe we need a place to define where students are going to be writing. I like to insert tables. So let's go to insert and table. I'm going to do 2 rows. That way students will have a place for the title and then a place for their actual writing. I want to maybe I'm thinking I can make the lines darker. So I'm going to go to table properties. And then once you get into your table properties, you can change the color of your border, or you can even change the size of the border. So I'm going to change it to 3. And then whatever changes you make, maybe you're going to change the color, you can change the width of your border. I'm going to press OK. That's looking pretty good, but I feel like my title, I want to make that pop a little bit. What you can do is you can actually create a custom banner. So I think I'm going to go over to Google Drawings, and I'm going to make a custom banner. I'm kind of getting off the page here. So I'm going to go to More. I'm going to do a Google Drawing. Now you can actually insert Google Drawings straight from your doc. I like to go outside my document because you actually have a few more features. So I'll call this Spooky Story Banner. Now, the size I like to use for the banner, you can any Google drawing or Google site, you can resize the dimensions. So I'm going to do File, Page Setup. And then the size I like to use, we're going to go to Custom. So we're going to do a custom size. I like to do 800 by 200 pixels. So if we change that, you're going to see that it actually does look like a banner. Okay, so I like that banner. I'm thinking I want my banner, maybe orange might be good. So let's go to background. I'm going to do orange. I like it. I like that. Okay, so how about I want to put some words in. So let's insert, and we'll go to word art. So we'll insert some word art, and let's call it Spooky Story. Whoa, that's kind of interesting. Let me stretch that out. Sometimes things kind of happen unexpectedly. So I'm going to stretch my title out. Spooky Story. I'm liking that, but I feel like, Spooky Story. Let me change my font. So I'm going to come up here to font. I can scroll through my fonts and choose a font from here. If you want some more options, you can go to More Fonts. And then we're going to get some more options over here. I don't know why, but I like to go to sort by popularity. I do what's trending and I kind of look through the trends first. Let's see what we have. Ooh, I kind of like that vampire one. Let's do that. So I'm going to click on vampire one and then I'm going to go to OK. Now, once you do that, you're going to have that's going to be within your options. So I like the spooky story, like the color. Ooh, actually, I don't like the color. Let's make that black. I like that. Maybe I want to put like a little spider or something. I'm going to come out here. I'm going to do spider icon. So I really like to put icons in just because they kind of like that little guy. Let's see if I can do that. I'm not sure if he's going to show up transparent. Let's see. Ooh, that's kind of cute. So let's go to, I'm going to click that. We're going to copy image. Now the red, that lets you know that it's your Google drawing. Control V. Did that again. It's just teeny tiny up there. Let me stretch my spider out. Whoa. Okay, so I kind of think that's kind of cute. Let me make him a little bit bigger. And let's have him kind of hanging from the top of our banner. That's kind of cute. Okay, so maybe I want it to be like spooky story. So I'm going to click in. If I edit the text, whatever your original text was, you can, change that. So now I've got spooky story, but oops, it's coming off the page. So now I have to make it a little bit shorter. Let's bring it in here. I kind of like that. Let me see if it's center. There's some red lines that should pop up. Okay, there's my red lines that are popping up. I'm liking that. Okay, so I like my banner. Of course, we can do more tinkering with it, but I think this is gonna kind of work for us. So we're gonna go to File. We're gonna download. I like to download as a JPEG. That makes it as an image, right? So now that's been downloaded. I'm gonna come back to my spooky story document. And instead of this spooky story title, I'm gonna get rid of that because now I'm gonna put our banner up. Insert image, and I'm going to upload it from the computer. So I've already put that in. So there's my spooky story banner. Let me move this over. I'm going to insert it. Ooh, I like that. So you can see now I've got my spooky story banner. I have a place for my students to write. Maybe I want to change the background color of the actual document. So I'm going to, click out here. I'm going to go to File. Then I'm going to go to Page Setup down here. Then once I get to Page Setup, you can actually change the color of the page. I think I'm going to do it black. Let's see what we get here. Whoa. Okay. Whoa, I actually like that. Okay, so now we have spooky stories, but where's my chart? Let me highlight here. Okay, there's my chart. So now I need to make some changes here. Let's see if I can find it. Okay, I'm gonna come in here. Honestly, I wasn't expecting that to happen. So I need to, where are my, okay. I come over here. Okay, there's my border width. Is that my border color? Let me see if I can make that. Okay, so I've done my border color white, but let's see if inside my border, inside my table, there we go. Let's do table properties. Let's make my table, let's see, the background cell color. Let's make it white. Let's see what that does. Okay, so now I have white. I like that. Okay, let me see about maybe doing the lines. We can do black, because once we have the lines, let's do the border black. Okay, good. I like that. Okay, so now we have white where the students are going to be typing. And let's put, I know my picture gets in the way. Okay, let's put your story, your title. And then the idea is that students are going to write their title there. And then we're going to put your story. And then we'll just teach our students as we get our new batch of students that they're going to erase that. I actually think I don't want their typing to be big. I like Proxima. And then for some reason, I like the size 18 font, but as the teacher, you decide what you want to do. So you can see this is a way to kind of spruce up your Google document. So when students get their document, they're like, oh my goodness, it's got those Halloween colors. It's kind of fun. You can do that with any sort of document. Now, maybe you don't want to go through the process of creating a whole header. You can actually insert images as well. So let's put spider. I wonder if I can get it white. So let's do images and go to tools. And let's go to color. Let's go to white. I'm not even sure. Ooh, I kind of like that. Let's see what that does. If that, ooh, that does look good. So I'm going to copy that. Let's come over to my spooky story. Control V. Okay, there's a nice white spider. And then this little circle on top, you can do different things with it. Let's do that. Let's see what I have on my, I kind of like that. It looks a little big. So let's make it a little bit smaller. And you're going to drag those little sides in, right? So again, on this, you can put like different things up here. So those are just a couple ways to see what you can do with your documents. Let's go ahead and see some that I've created before. I'm going to go to recent. I've pulled some documents up that I've done in the past. So we have our spooky story banner. You can also insert your own images on the top. I want to show you a couple ways I've used Google Docs and just kind of spruce them up in my wonders. At the end of each week, I like students to type up the response to the essential question. And then I'll have the essential question. So for this particular document, how do new experiences offer new perspectives? And that's taken straight from Wonders. The directions I usually give: use your knowledge from the story, the writing on the wall, the hyperdoc videos, and your personal experiences to write a thorough response to the essential question. So I do want students to use the document, use videos that we've watched during the week to extend the topic, and then also their personal knowledge. And then I also, on another one, I have students also use the race strategy. So here's another one. And you can see the first one was kind of a tannish color. This one is a light gray. So there are going to be times where you don't want to overpower your color, especially when it's a really academic assignment. A whole bunch of color is going to be distracting. The spooky story one, I think the orange and black just added the fun element, but your academic documents, I wouldn't make them too distracting. So I want you to see how I've kind of modified and added to these instructions. So this is an actual document from a student. How did democracy develop? Same as an essential question, straight from Wonders. Use your knowledge from the story, the democracy debate, and the article, What is a Democracy?, to write a thorough response to the essential question. Use the race strategy, academic language, and cite from each source in your response. So at the beginning of the year, I don't expect as much. As we progress through the year, that's when I really want to see that students can interact with 2 pieces of text, and that they can really cite their evidence. So you might want to consider how you're going to have that scaffolding through the year on how you're going to ramp up the rigor of your lessons. I have these 3. So you can see this one, and this one. I actually started with one document and then I made copies of it and modified it. So in October, I've been doing the global read aloud every year. This year, I'm going to have a student teacher. So there's me, my student teacher, and Miss Pineda, our 6th grade SDC teacher. The 3 of us are going to do the global read aloud together, and students are going to be able to choose which story they want to listen to. So in the afternoons, we're going to have a time set up Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday during October, where students are going to log on and they're going to listen to one of us. But I wanted some accountability. So not just listening, but I needed students to make sure they were, paying attention, being attentive. So I created these 3 documents really to be something to introduce the stories. So you can see, okay, what has happened here? Okay, so first, there we go. Okay, so what I did when I started this document, I gave a little summary and I went on to Goodreads and I just did their blurb. I inserted the image of the book. And then for each one, I'm having a hard time moving. For each of the 3 stories, I added links, a link to the book. And then when I click on this link, it's a book trailer. When I click on the author, it gives a little history of the author. When I click on this one, it talks about, it's kind of a westward expansion story, but it's a really, really good story. The main character, she's Asian American, and it actually talks about some of the treatment that she had as an Asian American. And then I started thinking about what did I want students to do during the read aloud. Honestly, I didn't want them to get distracted and do a summary after each chapter. So I decided I wanted them to write a reflection after the beginning, somewhere in the middle, and at the end. And I left it pretty open-ended because I want my students to really have agency over their learning. And I found if I give too many instructions, then they're just trying to figure out, okay, what do you want? And I'll do that for you. So on this one, I really left the reflection open-ended for students to drive their own thinking. Then when we're finished, that's when we're going to do a creation. So the creation that we're going to do on this one is a book bento. If you guys follow the Hyperdoc girls, one of the girls made this one. And the book bento, I didn't recreate the wheel. I just used their document, their Hyperdoc for us to look at, to be inspired by, and then we're going to make our own book bento. So the book bento, and you can see this document's been spiced up with the background color, with the pop of red. The idea behind the book bento is that students are thinking about the story and items that relate to the story. So, and then also why, right? So you can kind of scroll through that on your own time. But I wanted you to see how you can make a document and then use it as a template more than once, right? This Count Me In is another really good story. All right. So there are a couple examples of how you can spruce up your Google Documents with adding background color, adding some banners, adding images. I like to do the transparent icons for mine, but have fun with your documents and have a great year. Bye.